about that gap in your life. That we all have a gap between where we are currently and where we want to be. And you might feel that gap in your finances. It might be in your relationships, or it might be in the level of success or impact that you're making in your work or your business, or even your level of the passion and the fulfillment that you have, that you feel in your life or your work too. We don't like looking at our gaps though, because we feel frustrated and hopeless and fearful and even overwhelmed by our gaps. But actually, our gaps are the great indicators of what growth we need to make personally and professionally. Those adjustments that we really need to make in our mindsets and our habits, in our lives. And our gaps are great indicators for us to be able to know where we need to grow if we choose to view them as indicators. No one, including me, I can guarantee you that, likes having gaps in our lives. But over the years, I've learned to shift my perspective. And now I see my gaps as challenges for me to develop into the person who has the power and ability to close the gaps that I have. And closing my gaps is completely up to me. And it's completely up to the work that I'm willing to do inside of me to grow into the person that I need to be professionally and personally, and to be able to expand my capacity to carry them more. Helping other people identify and close the gaps in their lives is also my passion, and it's my life's work as a therapist and a coach. I love helping people close their gaps in their lives, their work, and their businesses so that they can live the life that they really want to be living and enjoy the success and the fulfillment that they truly want. So I want you to just stop for a minute and think about the gaps in your life, and maybe take the time to actually write them down. And that might take a little bit more than just a moment. You can start with one area where you feel it the most, where you feel most intensively. Or you can just identify the gaps that you're experiencing in several areas of your life. But what are those gaps? Just stop and write them down. Where are you right now in that area in your life? And what would it look and feel like if you were where you wanted to be? What does it look and feel like when that gap's actually closed? Get clear and really specific about what that feeling is and what that looks like in real specifics. Then write out 1 to 3 action steps that you can begin to take, or areas that you need to develop inside of you personally and professionally that are going to enable you to start closing that gap. And it may be hard to take a look at within yourself, but it depends on if you're willing to go there and really take a look at the honest truth about it, about what needs to develop, then you can begin to start closing that gap. But do that for each of your gaps if you write down multiple ones. And now, then go to identify what is it that's keeping you from really acting on that to make that your new reality, to really close that gap for yourself. What's keeping you from that? What do you need to work on to develop inside of you that's keeping you stuck right where you are and not able to actually close up that gap to get what you want? Because by identifying your gaps in your life, you're identifying what your picture of success looks like for you. And in order to know where you want to be, other than where you are right now, that's success to you. And success means different things to different people. And success takes time. It takes a lot of planning, and it takes a really strong desire to make that thing happen in our lives. Success takes action. Success is setting goals and accomplishing them. And success means reaching those goals, even when the going gets tough. There are going to be challenges along the way. But to reach that next level of success, we must turn all of those obstacles that we feel and that we see in front of us, we've got to turn those into opportunities. Opportunities for our growth. I love the quote by Jim Rohn that says, your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development, because success is something you attract by the person that you become. Isn't that powerful? That your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development, because success is something you attract by the person you become. So that means to me that we must daily do that personal development work that we need to do to become the person who's going to attract and then be able to receive, and then who can maintain the level of success and the fulfillment that we truly seek. And it's time that we decide to turn those gaps into our own growth so that we can transform our obstacles into our opportunities. But it starts with deciding that you're tired enough of wanting something more, but you've not been willing to do what it takes to create that change. And you can do it. And you can have what you really want. And there is more waiting for you. And it's time that you choose to close your gap. And if you need to ask for help in closing these gaps, I'd love to help you. If you're ready for that breakthrough that you want so badly in your life, in your work, or your business, I'd love to help you get it. You can email me at ConnieJ@arisecounselingandcoaching.com, and I'd love to coach you to soar in the life that you love.